Welcome back to the Daily Grind, where gamers find grace, your spiritual checkpoint where we rest, respawn, and reflect together. I did say grace, not grace. Guys, we didn't have the show last week because we had a bad storm in town, and I'm sorry for that. But the good news is I got a brand new router. I leveled up on that. I called my internet provider, and they tested it all from the street right down to the jack going into the computer. And I am glad to say that I think it's all solved after about 4 years of frustration. I think I've got the best internet connection on the block. They gave me a buried line and all that. So I'm really happy. I apologize for the show not being on next week or that last week. Next week, we got a great guest too. Tonight is a special night. We welcome Mr. Jose Santos. You guys know him as Starwarp. And he is a fun guy. So I am really looking forward to meeting him. We'll talk about how he, of course, his experience in video games, which honestly, now that I'm 39 years old, I don't have all the same, brain triggers and synapses and whatnot. I'm slow, right? I'm slow and my knees hurt. But this guy carries, he knows these maps like the back of his hands. What he also does is he writes for Catholic Game Reviews. And he really cares about, of course, our digital church. So we're going to hear from him on that. But before we get there, before we get to co-op mode, we've got a virtue-packed spiritual notes. We're going to have a quick soul breather and checkpoint for reflection. And we've got some really good fun tonight. Boss Battle is a mini game that I made just for this guy. It's called Lock and Load Lore Challenge. This is not an easy one. I'm looking at Santos over here, Mr. Santos. Sorry, I'm looking at Starwarp over here on the side, and I'm looking at it because I got some really tough questions. Some of them are softballs. Some of the answers are built within the questions. But if he knows all of them, we're gonna do good. If he loses all his batteries in boss battle, he has to do a Fortnite dance, and he didn't agree to that. But I'm gonna tell him to do that, and I'll get weird. I'll get weird as I demand it. Okay, poll party returns with this or that. I really like that game. I hope you do too. This is going to be Catholic Internet Edition. All of you will be able to participate, and we'll let our brother here, Jose, we'll let him comment on those as you guys make decisions for him. Okay, so this week is of course our buddy Starwarp's turn. Now I turn to you, chat. Freshen up the chat if you would. Throw your emotes in there. Here's your get-going question. What's the one skill you wish Catholic gamers had learned earlier? Is it humility? Is it trash talk? Is it not learning how to press crouch, 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 crouch? What do you wish you did different earlier, or what do you wish you learned earlier as a Catholic gamer? Drop your answers in as we get into the grind. Now here's spiritual patch notes. All right, spiritual patch notes. Time to patch up our soul after a long week of hustling, right? Tonight's spiritual patch note continues our 4-week Advent overhaul. Now, that would have been the right part of the script if we had last week's show. So pretend you had a good show last week. A season not of rushing, Advent, not a season of rushing, but of intentional waiting. If week 1 was hope, week 2 is preparation. The spiritual equivalent of pre-production. Before Christ comes, bonus, if anybody can put it into the chat what that coming is called. Before Christ comes, we're not reinventing ourselves. We're debugging what's already there. Just as creators clean up workflows and outline scripts and batch content or scrap up the 9th draft of a thumbnail, Advent invites us to clean house spiritually. Repairing what's broken, organizing what matters, and dropping the clutter. John the Baptist's call is basically the original optimized settings menu. That's the way I like to think of it. I came up with that. Straighten paths, reduce noise, increase clarity, right? Make way for the kingdom of God. Don't overthink it. Advent prep isn't about making your soul perfect. That's what Lent's for. Just kidding. But making it available, preparing for Christ's coming. And for Catholics, this message really should hit hard. The world doesn't need your polished perfection. It needs your honest readiness. Christ doesn't need your perfection. He is perfect. What he demands is your readiness for him to perfect your soul. Okay? And that comes through sanctification over life. That's why it's a grind, my friends. So tonight's update: fix your spiritual clutter folders. Patch the sins you've let pile and let Christ find a heart that's been prepared, not perfected. Nobody in the chat wanted to take a guess at what Christ coming is called? Shame on you guys. Google it. I'm not giving you the answers. Let's get to checkpoint reflection. Who am I? I'm Shaun McAfee, and it's called the Parousia. The Parousia. Does that sound familiar? That is what we call Christ's second coming. And at Advent, we look forward to a different kind of Parousia, of course. We look forward to Christ's coming as the Messiah, which he did 2,000 years ago. We look forward to his coming into our life. That's the second. That's one of the comings. That's the third coming, actually, we call it. The second coming is, of course, what he does at the end of Earth time. So set your watch. Okay, checkpoint reflection. Tonight, I want to offer a quiet moment, and this is going to be quick. A quiet moment through the lens of preparation. The gospel reminds us that God doesn't demand perfect accomplishments. We talked about that earlier. Only faithful readiness. Prepare the way of the Lord, make his paths straight. During Advent, we're not building a cathedral, we're sweeping the floor. We're not designing a masterpiece. We're clearing space for God to work. And that loops beautifully back into tonight's spiritual patch notes. Preparation is not about control, even self-control. It's about surrender. It is, if you didn't know, one of the seasons of penance. It's one of the 2 seasons of penance. It's not a season of joy or expectation, as they say. It's a season of penance, officially and liturgically. So, if your Advent calendar already feels rushed, cluttered, or chaotic, breathe. Take a breath. Jose, take a breath. Don't be nervous. Christ is coming, whether you like it or not. Better to be prepared like the thief in the night. Christ comes into your messes. Is your home messy? He's coming like a thief. Is your soul messy? He's coming like a thief. He doesn't want us to be museums. He's okay with our mess. Let this be your small act of readiness tonight. Okay? Let this be your small act of readiness. Lord, make room in my life for you, even if it's imperfect. That's pretty cool. All right. That's all I had packed for you. Are you ready, Jose? Here we go. All right, welcome to co-op mode. Yep, you're here, where I bring on a guest. Sometimes it's from the community, and we'll be doing more of that, and sometimes it's not. Today, you should recognize this guy today. And by the way, thank you, Jose, for coming on at the very last minute. What I tell you last night. Yeah, thank you. We're welcoming Mr. Jose Santos, but you know him better, of course, as Starwarp. He's been with the Discord. He's been with us for a while. I'll ask him how far he remembers back, and I'll confess to him a few of my Starwarp sins. He knows them. He is a recent Catholic convert, which I absolutely have to note about. Bookmark that for conversation. Who also writes reviews for Catholic Game Reviews. That's Alden Arazzo's website, but he shares it with a lot of really talented writers. His current interests include reading Chesterton, wow, big brain, playing Toho, we'll see if it's big brain, and obsessing over the Netflix Daredevil show. Brother, Jose, Starwarp, Santos, welcome to the show. Did I miss anything?
No, you had everything.
All right. Well, it was nice chatting with you.
Oh, well.
Oh no. Okay, man. So tell us, what did I miss? Anything else that I didn't need to cover there in the intro for you?
No, nothing you missed, but you told me you wanted to hear about the cryptids.
What the cryptids?
Yeah.
What is that?
So the cryptids, like each like culture has like monsters they tell stories about. But I was saying
Oh yeah, you were.
Kmart,
But while I was gone, yeah. So
yeah,
what's a cryptid? You're
Kmart got
Mexican. I
really.
pointed that out in the announcement in the Discord. I said
Yeah.
you're our favorite Mexican. Sorry, Badger. So what's a
Sorry, Badger.
cryptid? What's a cryptid?
So like every culture has like some story of some like scary thing, but in Mexico we say like the owls are actually witches and that on lonely roads they haunt you. They're pretty scary.
Oh dear. So
Or but like the
does that
hmm?
have something to do with? I'm adjusting your audio. Does that have something to do with wintertime at all, or how did
I
that
don't
come
think
up?
so. I don't really know the lore
Just
too well,
strange
'cause
Mexican trivia, like the
yeah,
chupacabra.
yeah, it's kind of like the chupacabra,
Oh,
but
tell
they say
people what
that
the
it's
chupacabra is. Not everybody
well,
like me grew up like right on the border of Mexico.
well, I don't really know either, but me and Kmart were speculating that we think someone just saw a really ugly solo. You know those dogs that are hairless?
Oh dear. Yeah, that's what they
Yeah.
say. Chupacabra is basically the Mexican Bigfoot. It's a
Yeah.
hideous monster that runs around, and it's probably one of those hidden in a nursery rhyme kind of things to make children behave.
Yeah.
Listen to your mom and dad at night, eat your beans and rice, and you won't get massacred by the Chupacabra. All right, man. So let's get going. Let's talk about your game
Okay.
culture. So start from the beginning. Like you're a avid gamer. To
Yeah.
me, I would say that you're definitely into shooters, but correct me there. So, how did you get started into gaming? We'll go over some of that in quickfire co-op. Start right at the beginning. Where's your interest come
Okay.
from?
Well, yeah. My dad's the one that got me into gaming, but I would play a lot of my like Game Boy and DS. But what I remember most about like gaming and growing up is that he would always play with me.
Oh,
We would play a lot of like Call of Duty Zombies. It was really scary when I was a kid, but it was fun to play
yeah,
together with
like on
him.
360.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I had that Call of Duty. They're like coming over the desert hill from like that beach or something, and
Yeah,
I,
that's the
I, I.
one.
Do you still like the zombie mode? Like, I don't hear people like raving about it as much as it used
Mm,
to be.
it's kind of fallen off, but the
Yeah,
good thing about the PC version is that you can make your own maps, so it's kind of survived through community.
right, right. Okay, so hey, you mentioned the DS, maybe
Hmm.
the 3DS too. I thought I heard you say, was that your first handheld console, or did you have like a Game Boy
I
Color?
I had a Game Boy. I think it was a color, yeah,
Was it your
but
father's?
no, no, that was
Dang.
mine.
Wow. Okay, so what
He's
was the
he's
first?
like a he's like an OG gamer. He would play on the arcade machines back in the day. You know,
Yeah, man.
Fatal Fury.
Wow, he beat Fatal Fury on arcade.
I don't know if he did, but
Oh,
he
but he
said he was
played
really
it.
good.
I'm
Yeah, he
sorry.
said he was really
I
good.
thought you said he beat it. What's up, Princess Perlers? Wait, welcome to the chat. All right. So, do you remember the first game he bought you?
The first game, the first game. I don't even remember. It's probably no Super. K-Max is gonna hate me for saying this, but Super Mario World. K-Max has like a vendetta against that game.
Okay, on Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
Is that your
or
earliest? I always ask this question to everybody. It's in Quickfire Co-op today too. Is that your earliest game you can remember playing?
I think so.
Okay, neat. Okay, so tell us why the first person shooter genre is the very best. Defend it.
Oh, you're the one that keeps hyping me out that I'm some kind of like FPS legend, but
Well, let
I
me
just
say
think there's.
this. Let me defend you for a second. Like, we got on with Kairos, and he was like, Sean's actually a great platformer. But then he had to caveat it, and he was like, well, to a not so difficult game. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So, no, you like, we have not even played Battlefield yet together. And last night you were like, hey, follow me this way. They're going to pop out from this corner. And I'm like, dude, every time I'm on a map, like I kind of know my way around the map after
Yeah,
dying a few times, but I don't know where anybody's coming from. I'm always like surprised. So you've got these
yeah.
instincts that I'm like, man, I wonder if I had that when I was younger, if I was always just trash. But what is it about the first person shooter genre that like just you enjoy the most?
I think there's something very intuitive to the game of like to first person shooters, like just like getting landing your shots, getting headshots,
Oh
that
yeah.
feels really good.
Oh, of course.
Like
Yeah. The
aiming.
satisfaction, the instant
Yeah.
satisfaction of even being better than
Hmm.
somebody. There's like a domination,
Yeah.
a domination fetish, that we have with first person shooters.
Yeah.
Hey, fetishes aren't just, things that, rock your boat. It's, it's about like those things that just give you satisfaction. So,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So what's your favorite first person shooter of all time? Like, if there's one game you put 1,000 hours into, which one would it be?
Oh, that's kind of hard, but the one I've played, I think the most is Rainbow Six Siege because it's like more than a shooter. Even
Yeah,
though it can be really frustrating, it's like really fun to like get executions of tactics with your friends.
yeah. I
You feel
put,
like
yeah, go ahead.
you feel like a tactical genius when you get the right like team comp going.
Right. So I don't remember all of the characters. What was yours? What was the ability?
So I'm usually the one that has to open. So what you do in Siege is that when you're attacking, you have to like break the walls in of the enemy's base, and that's
Right.
usually my job to break their walls in.
What character was that?
So there's a couple that do it, but
Okay.
the main one I play is Thermite. He places a
Thermite.
giant,
Yeah. They
yeah,
can bust through the floor too.
yeah, he can. He
Yeah.
puts a giant like charge on the wall. And he says, "Open in the." I'm not gonna say the whole thing because it's cursing, but he's like, "I'm opening a big hole."
Oh, really? I don't
Yeah.
remember the cursing. Maybe it just didn't phase me back then. But I liked using Glaz. I liked the sniper. It
Yeah.
had the thermal heat signature,
Yeah.
and especially on the plane, like I just sit there and camp up by the
Yeah.
generator, and I just wait for bodies to go in a pop.
Yeah.
And I was playing on an Xbox too, and it was fun. In fact, that game was even more fun for me because I was living in Japan at the time, and
Hmm.
people might not understand like where our military is positioned, but it's effectively the same as where it was after World War II. Almost exactly the same. All of our forces, the
Hmm.
Marines are in the Pacific, and the Army is in Europe. Now there's mixtures, but that's kind of generally still how it is. So I was there getting on the same American servers as all these Marines,
Yeah.
and we just like have some fun because these guys, they're battle tested. Some of them
Yeah.
have deployed. Some of them are just like right out of boot camp, and they're still just jacked up on being a
Yeah.
new Marine,
That
and
testosterone.
yeah, and some of them are just salty because they're like done with the military already. But it was so fun because those guys just they understood battle tactics, and the trash
Yeah.
talking was really funny. Especially whenever it was like the people at Camp Courtney against the people at Camp Foster, and hey, we got this Air Force veteran here, me, who works for the Army. It was so fun and cool. But okay, now okay, here is my first
Yeah.
person shooter question for you. Story mode. Story mode. Do you
Hmm.
play it on every first
Oh,
person? Yeah,
oh yeah, I always do. I think
yeah.
they're like really underrated.
Oh, okay. Tell me about it.
So, like even the Battlefield 6 one, I really enjoyed. The gaming journalists kind of, I think they slandered it too hard. They said it was like kind of mid, but I think it was, besides like some of the story beats not being written well,
Right.
I think overall it was like written pretty good, emotional, and just I think most of the levels were satisfying. And there's something you can't get when you're facing people, but when you can have like a scripted events, there's something special to that.
Dude, I'm marking that for a YouTube short, dude. That was
Oh,
insightful. I'll
oh yeah,
admit
K-Max VO7
I
is
agree,
yeah.
Star, except Black Ops 7.
Yeah.
So the last, I think the last story mode that I played all the way through
Hmm.
for a multiplayer, it was I think it was Ghosts. You remember Black Ops Ghosts
Yeah. My
or
friend is like an advent defender of that game.
yeah, yeah, and so I like the story. There was a plot twist there, some backstabbing going on.
Hmm.
Who's actually the ghost, and that was fun. But I think I think I just kind of dropped out after. It seemed to me like with the iterations over iterations of Modern Warfare and Black Ops
Yeah.
that it just became like the tutorial mode for me. And I wasn't really sure if I was liking it. So it was like if it
Hmm.
didn't have a hook right at the beginning, I didn't
Yeah.
do it. So Infinite, Halo Infinite, I don't think I even touched. I think it was free, wasn't it? Or was that the one that you
I don't
had to
know. I
pay
think you
for?
had to pay. Yeah, I think you
Yeah, I
had to
don't think
pay.
I ever did. And then, yeah, we did start the Battlefield 6 one, and that was cool. The one thing about the Battlefield
Hmm.
genre, can I call it a genre? The one thing about the
Uh,
Battlefield
yeah.
franchise that I really enjoy is, at least in the older iterations, especially with Battlefield
Hmm.
1, you were learning a lot about history, and there was
Yeah.
some personalism to it, and they actually did have like historic records, kind of
Hmm.
to shine some spotlights on just moments in battles, or why this battle meant something, or here's a letter from a
Yeah.
soldier to his mother or something, and that was really meaningful for me. So I'm hoping some of these games are placed in the future. There's no history
Hmm.
there, but the one thing that turns me on about Battlefield 6 is it's kind of like it's plotted like 10, 15 years in the future. It's not
Yeah.
a future that we can altogether assume wouldn't happen. It is a little
Hmm.
far fetched, but it also has some elements of what could be on the distant horizon. It just at least mentions
Yeah.
the future of NATO, and no spoilers or anything like that. So that's cool. Anything else stick out to you in the shooter genre, like GoldenEye or anything like that? Any of those old school games you might have played with your dad?
So there's like a lot of like classic shooters that I haven't played at all. So it'll probably surprise you. I've never played Halo. I grew up on PlayStation, so I never got to experience that.
Rich kid,
Yeah,
rich kid.
I never got to experience Halo, but
PlayStation was always like the meta gamer to me growing up. Like the casual gamers to me always got Nintendo, and that was my crowd.
hmm.
The more, I guess, if you had a lot of money, you got an Xbox. The first Xbox was wildly expensive. I don't remember exactly the
Yeah.
price tag. I'm sure K-Max is going to throw the random trivia in there because that's what he does. But
My dad has the fat PlayStation 3.
yeah, that one is huge. I've seen the Japanese version every time whenever we were in Japan, and man, it was huge.
Hmm.
But it seemed like the the between the Xbox, something affordable, but something that everybody's buddy had was
Yeah,
was a PlayStation growing up, and I never did. I borrowed all my PlayStations. I
yeah.
really enjoyed the games, but it did seem like it was more mature. It did seem like it was, Lara Croft or just hard shooters, like hardcore shooters, Medal of Honor and
Mm.
that kind of thing. Millennial says the original Xbox launched in North America on November 15, 2001. Wow. We're all old for a price of $2.99. Buddy,
With,
buddy, Starwarp,
yeah.
were you before or after 2001?
So I was born 2001.
Dang, dude. Okay, we call you a war baby. Okay, okay, man, cool. Okay, so look, you said you're a recent convert,
Yeah,
but that must mean like a few years, right?
yeah. So the funny thing is that I have a very unusual conversion story.
Tell it.
All right,
Give us your
so
elevator speech.
so I would play like a lot of Persona. It's kind of controversial in the Catholic circles,
Okay,
for good reason. But
right, right, right. It's got some risque
I don't think that's like the
characters.
main. I don't think that's like the main like controversy point. But yeah, it does. But
Oh, this is the one with like characters who are like openly like trans or
no,
LGBT.
no, no, not
No,
that.
I am just
It's like the
not
one.
there. Just why is it bad?
So it's because because you know how the Japanese like their mythology a lot.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've talked about this lots of times in the Discord. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
you
I'm
can
dumb.
like
I'm dumb.
use like demons and angels from various mythologies, and there's even some from the Bible. And that's actually what got me like interested into reading it because I was really into the games, and I found like all the lore of the like enemies interesting. So I was like, I'm gonna read the Bible to see what I can find on the Christian stuff.
Right.
And after that, I kind of started seeing that like Jesus was this like very strange figure,
Yeah.
and like he would just say like very offbeat stuff, and like it made me like interested in keep reading.
Okay. And so you kind of you like read yourself into the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
But why Catholicism? Especially
Well,
especially kind of here's the angle
hmm
on that question is not, it's not an assumption, but most people when
yeah,
they're like, "Hey, wow, the Bible's amazing," they don't immediately drift towards Catholicism. Although we're extremely biblical, of course. You know, the Bible is a Catholic book. I'll die on that
yeah.
hill. But why Catholicism?
Well, it's because my parents were, and
There we
you know,
go.
at first I was thinking of that Protestantism, but I was like, I was like, let me like see what all their defenses is, and if they hold up, well, we'll see what goes on. And I started like seeing that all the Protestant attacks were like kind of weak.
Sure.
At least like all the mainline ones. I'm sure there's some deeper ones that you have to like sift through further, but all like the popular Protestant arguments I found for like just how shallow they were.
Yeah. It's so interesting because people like, I don't know, I'm going to throw out some names. People like James MacArthur, you
Yeah,
know, Pastor MacArthur, God rest his soul, and a few others, you know, I would have said, like, even James White, I was like, that's what I needed at the time. I didn't discover James, I knew about MacArthur, but I didn't know about James
yeah,
White until I was like, okay, I'm talked into the Catholic Church already.
yeah,
Now I'm starting to kind of understand these arguments more. But to me, I was like, I needed somebody like that earlier, not to not
yeah,
become a Catholic, but I didn't have any of those good arguments. And I say good with air quotes. Whenever I was converting, I had my pastors, I had my experience,
yeah,
of course, and I was researching these things. But I mean, for the most part, because I had taken several college courses on, you know, the Bible and whatnot, and I understood the Reformation. But it was actually the Catholic authors that kind of course, I was reading even to find the Protestant arguments. Isn't that funny? I found
yeah,
more Protestant arguments reading things like fundamentalism and Catholicism from the guy who started Catholic Answers, his name Carl Keating, than I did anywhere else. And like
yeah,
you said, I found it shallow, and not to take the spotlight or anything, but I didn't just find it shallow, but I found it like unresearched. Like they
yeah,
might mention the church fathers, but it was always like this stray one quote from left field, like with Augustine talking
yeah,
about the virgin birth or something. You know, I don't know what. That or talking about grace that was like, hey, this
hmm
one thing. And it's like, do you understand how big the corpus of Augustine is? Are you going to really toss out everything? If he's an authority, then what about everything
yeah.
else he said? You know what I mean? Yeah, did you have any moments like that?
So I didn't get too like into like the woodworks, but like all the like popular ones, like the worshiping Mary and the call the Father. You can't call people Father. Those are
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ones I
call
saw
no
were
man
kind of
father.
shallow.
Yeah, okay, so did you grow up in a rather religious-ish household?
You know how like how modern culture is like you you go to church but not really, you know?
Yeah, okay, so you guys were weekly mass goers?
Oh no.
Okay, okay. But culturally Catholic, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, I understand. Now, I hate to prod, but how about now? How's the family dynamic on that now? Did your conversion to Catholicism impact your family or your father?
Uh I wouldn't say really, but I think they've been more willing lately to go.
Nice. That is amazing. That's a win. That's a huge win,
hmm
especially for your witness, man. It's so interesting the people that we least expect to impact, it at least nudges them a little bit, and then the people
Yeah.
that we never even thought of, the strangers, are the ones that we impact the most. So that's cool, and it's there's stories of plenty of saints' fathers, people like Robert Bellarmine's father and others. I mean,
hmm
heck, even Saint Francis of Assisi. Everybody makes fun of his father, but he
Yeah.
was actually a faithful man. He was simply concerned about his son's future and the future of this
Yeah.
life, this marriage that he had, you know, gotten into with pretty wealthy
Yeah.
families. And here I got my oldest son here, who's supposed to be my heir, you know, going and ditching all of the family
Yeah.
wealth. Like that's pretty. It's actually kind of scandalous. But yeah, so I get it. No, that's great. I'm proud of you, man. Thank you for being a good witness to your family and anybody close to
Thank
you.
you.
They're watching. They are watching, and this is for anybody else out there. The people around you, you can't really understand. Just in the ways that you're watching them, they're watching you. But the Holy Spirit is like that little key that they don't have that you do. The Holy Spirit is in there working against the
Hmm.
devil, against the liar. Okay, man. Last thing I want to talk about before we get to Quickfire Co-op.
Yeah.
CGR, Catholic Game Reviews. What
Hmm.
is it? People who are here, they might be familiar with it. For people watching the show after this, what is Catholic Game Reviews and how did you get into it?
Well, it's just a site where Catholics review games from a Catholic perspective. That's all it really is. And
Are
that's
they
how I found
rating are
you.
they rating the content or are they rating the like the wholesomeness of the play or
So I think what Cartoons did was very intelligent, like separating like a gameplay analysis from a moral analysis.
okay.
And so it has two separate considerations at the end.
Yeah.
Like if it's a good game and it's like gameplay wise and like how like what kind of message or what should you look out for when you play it?
Now, this is a leading question because I'm not going
Yeah.
to answer it for him. I'll let you to answer, but I can tell you what Katoons' answer was is the question was kind of framed like this: like,
Hmm.
are there any pitfalls in reviewing that kind of thing? Because eventually you have to play games that
Yeah.
are generally scandalous. You have to go and discover the content. It's like fact finding. You have to go and dive into those facts, and the facts are the content. So, have you
Yeah.
had to do anything like that? And what's that like?
Well, I don't think we like would. I don't think cartoons really like encourages that because we've had people like consider like going and doing that, but he's like, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, then just stay away. So
So you're telling me you're not just like licking your chops to go play a scandalous game because you got to review it?
no, I think some games, it's kind of self-evident. You should maybe stay away.
Right, right. Especially if it's like a trigger or something. What's your
Yeah.
favorite review you've done on there?
Oh,
We should get a link to it in the chat, by the way, after you mention this.
my favorite review.
Yeah, what's your favorite
Well, I
game
think
you've
it's
reviewed
the
so far?
Persona one because that's just how I came. And it's kind of just funny because there was a joke in the Catholic Reddit. Can I play this game? It got like posted so many times,
Right,
so it's kind of funny that we actually wrote an article like thinking about it.
right. Cool. Okay. Now you said you enjoy Persona, the
Yeah.
series. Okay. Did that game in particular like have that sort of effect on you, where you're like, okay, I'm not sure how much more of this now that I have to write about it and put it on paper and own this with this is my creation now. Did you have any of those conflicts of interest?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I'm kind of like at a distance with the series now. Like I'll see what's new, but I'm not sure I'm gonna actually play it, but I'm not gonna like toss the series aside completely just because I do owe a lot to it, like as personally.
Yeah. So one cool milestone that Catholic Game Reviews hit this week was what?
Well, I don't. I've kind of been out everywhere this week. So what it was 1 million views this year, right?
They hit their first million views this week. Round of applause for
Nice.
them. That's a huge milestone.
Yeah.
A lot of podcasters out there, they're kind of envious of internet creators or web page creators
Yeah.
because the views are so much quicker. And of course, every creator wants to
Hmm.
have that satisfaction of, wow, look how many downloads I got. Look how many of this I got. Whatever the measure is,
Yeah.
they want to have that, what's my reach and what's the impact? And yeah, but a million, that's pretty good, especially considering
Hmm.
Katoons made it like what, 4 years ago, 3 years
Yeah, I think
ago.
so.
So what? That's an average of about 300 grand a year. That's pretty outstanding, and hopefully you guys
Yeah.
are on the uptick. Oh, I should go that way. On the uptick to just own the internet, and maybe one day it gets picked up in other places. It can kind of be a syndicated thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, that would be cool. I've kind of dreamed. I haven't had the time to think about it, about how to make it work, but I've dreamed about kind of making a 2 minute spot with CGR on this show. But I think
Hmm.
we got to probably get our numbers up to make that worthwhile. Um, okay, dude. Anything else about CGR? Everybody out there, before he answers that question, we've got that Persona 5 review link there in the chat. Go ahead and open that up, see what he's talking about, especially if you're like me and you've never played the Persona. And I was sitting there making these stupid guesses about what it was. Anything else we need to know about Catholic game reviews?
Uh, no, I don't think so.
All right, man.
Just
You're
you
here
know,
for the ride.
you should get you should try and see if Peace Riven wants to be a guest or guys. You know,
Oh
they're pretty.
yeah, yeah. What was
Yeah,
his
you
name
maybe you
before?
can get them both
Homs.
on at the same
Homs.
time.
Was that
Yeah,
Homs? Yeah. He might get
you
mad at
should.
me if I say Homs.
He, I think you should get them on. They're more interesting to me.
No, no, you're a cool dude, especially when it comes to playing. You're very encouraging, you're very intelligent, and you're very sensitive, and I like that. There's been moments in the past where I've just kind of seen how you deal things, watch you get frustrated, I watch you celebrate with people, and it's refreshing. It's refreshing to know that you're not just behind your keyboard, kind of just checking in once in a while. You really like
Yeah,
put yourself into the community. And I feel blessed by you, man, especially by your friendship. So thank
thank
you.
you.
All right, time for quickfire co-op. This is the part
All
of
right.
co-op mode where you're not allowed to think. I know you got a big
Okay.
brain on your head or whatever, and a big head in your shoulders. I don't know how the saying goes, but this one I ask you to do very little thinking at least,
All
and I'm going
right.
to ask you a couple questions really fast. And chat, this is your turn. If you have questions, I will read those, or our buddy Jose here will read those. Just throw them away. Whatever you want to know about him, whatever questions we didn't ask, or if you want to know what kind of bacon he likes. Do you like it thick cut? Do you like it apple smoked? I don't care. Okay, so throw your questions in there, and here we go. No thinking.
All
I
right.
asked you this earlier, but go again. Earliest gaming memory.
So, Super Mario World
Okay,
on the
first
Game
game.
Boy Color.
First game you ever remember saving up your money and buying.
Well, that's kind of funny because the first game I really remember doing that was because I didn't save any money. I actually got a lottery ticket. It was $100 for Fallout 4. And
Cool, dude.
I was actually gonna throw the ticket away, but my mom was like, wait, it has the money. And I was like, oh, it does? She's like, it has $100.
Awesome. Okay, PC or console?
You know, a console, honestly, because I think it's hard to game on PC sometimes because you use the computer for so many other things and just gaming, like, it's hard to like enjoy the games because you can like easily get distracted on a computer.
I feel that
Or
way too. And if I could open up for just a second, like me, I realize since I got the PC setup, yes, it's easier. Yes,
yeah,
it's a cheaper game. Yes, it's better graphically. It's right in my face. But I miss just sitting on the couch and just
mm-hmm,
playing a game, relaxing.
yeah,
Here, I don't find a lot of relaxation happening, which is why I bought the beanbag back here, so I can at least do like some of that in my little quiet space
mm-hmm,
here in my office. But I totally feel that way. My risk these days is I got kids who get obsessed with this stuff. And if
yeah,
they can't play games, and I got to talk to an older parent about this who's let their kids play at least a little bit of games, because
yeah.
if they can't play games and dad like does this stupid stream, am I a hypocrite? I don't know. I think maybe I am. All right. Sorry to get ahead of you there. Okay, best Catholic meme you've ever seen. Describe it.
So the one, it's kind of funny. It's like it just has a bunch of random Catholic things and it has a funny name for them. So they called Pope Francis Universal Grandpa. The Rosary it called Keychain to Heaven.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Okay, Catholic names or different names for everyday Catholic items.
yeah.
Yeah.
I might be able to scrunch it up, but I have to look deep for it.
Yeah, see if you can find that
Uh,
while we're doing boss battle.
okay.
Okay, Discord mod superpower you wish you had. Shut up, K Max.
Well, the View K-Max button.
Oh,
Just
what
kidding,
mute K
K-Max.
Max button?
Yeah.
All right, one person that you would pick to be a mod that already isn't.
One person I picked to be a mod. Well,
Honest answer. We're not
I'll
hiring.
pick
He says say K-Max. I'd pick Tricky.
Uh, yeah, that's a good one.
Spinny knows the community. All right, a
Mm-hmm.
game that you love that everybody else hates.
A game that I love that everyone else hates. Well, I can't think of anything like. Okay, well, I'm gonna just do like KMX. I like Pokemon Black and White because like the older generations they kind of hate it, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, that's not a bad answer. I didn't know that people didn't like it. I know that Black and
Well, it's
White
kind of like
2 is hard to get.
it's kind of an age split thing, and I think they kind of like overhated it because I think the substance is good.
This is why K-Max says I don't dislike Black and White. Like, this is the issue with K-Max is the minute you think you know what he's going to say, he
Yeah,
says the opposite anyway. So this is why whenever he gets on the show, we got to get it on the calendar. Whenever he gets on the show, I already made him answer some questions ahead of time so that whenever everybody else guesses what his answer will be, he can't sit there and just change it just because he wants to be different. All
he's
right.
the
All right. One Catholic developer or creator you'd love to collaborate with if you were a game maker.
oh uh that guy that made Control. He seems pretty cool.
Yeah. I'd go with Kairos. I'd go with Kairos. I'm just
Or
kidding.
well, he's actually helping me make a game.
What game taught you the most about patience?
Oh, the most about patience. Probably, I think Rainbow Six Siege because you have to be patient. Like you're not gonna get good right away. You have to like be willing to like get humiliated hard.
Yeah, pretty hard. You got to die a lot from those corners.
Yeah.
Those people are just so creepy around the corners. You should probably try that game again, man.
No, no, it's you shouldn't.
No, I don't know. I think they're like coming out with like updates or something. Okay, if you could install one patch note into the church, what would it fix?
One thing to fix. Well, I think what I'd try and fix is get people off of social media as much because I think the more you like focus on like Catholic drama, the worse your like spiritual health is.
That is, you are. See, this is why you're here. That was
That's
really
why I
that.
deleted my Twitter.
Yeah, I've thought of that. Um, okay. Any questions from the chat? You guys love this guy. I go with Kairos. Just kidding. Oh, thanks, Sean. Okay, man. All right, you ready for your boss battle?
Sure.
All right, dude. Here we go. All right, here we go. It's boss battle time. It's lock and load lore challenge. Jose,
Okay. Yeah.
Starwarp, Santos. I'll hit you with rapid fire FPS trivia. It's actually not going to
Okay.
come out that fast. It's gonna be like my respawn time. Okay, it's going to happen a lot, and you can tell us the answer as fast or as slow as you can. Just
All
if you
right.
know it, you know it. These are kind of hard, man. Okay, your job is obviously to keep your batteries charged. And guys, of course, if you
Mm-hmm.
feel generous, if you'd like to support the show, you know what to do. Damn our guest and help him lose batteries, or bless our guest and he'll get more batteries. We can go up to 20. Let's see. Let's see here.
All right.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's see how many of these you get. I got 15 questions for you. Number one,
Okay.
what color key card do you need first in the original Doom?
Green.
Oh, blue. That one
Dang.
is very specific, right? There's 7 colors in the
Yeah.
rainbow, but it's blue. Number two, which classic FPS introduced the gravity gun? This is a good question, especially for a PlayStation owner.
The gravity gun.
Which classic?
Portal.
No, you want to take a second guess?
The gravity gun.
It's a classic. This is one of those games that everybody's like, man, that's the best game I've ever played. I think it's a PlayStation exclusive. Maybe it's Xbox exclusive.
I don't know, honestly.
Half-Life 2.
There you go.
Half-Life 2. All right. GoldenEye 007. You ready for this one? We
Sure.
need to call your dad for this one. GoldenEye 007, what weapon is infamous for being basically cheating?
The the AK.
The egg carrier? No, this one's the RCP-90. Now I'll give you your battery back for this one if you know what character is considered cheating.
I don't know.
Oh man, it's Top Hat or whatever his name is. All right, cool. Odd Job. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's his name. Odd Job. All right, what series features a demon slaying protagonist known only as Doom Guy?
Doom.
Yes, it's Doom. Okay, there's a freebie. Which first person shooter let you dual wield needlers for maximum chaos?
Halo 2.
Halo 2! Good. I was thinking you'd say just Halo. At which point if I was feeling sorry for you, I wouldn't take away a battery, but I would have. Okay, good job. Yes, Halo 2. What is the name of the suit that Master Chief wears?
The Spartan armor.
It's not. That was actually a really intelligent guess. Anybody in the chat know this one? Don't even know your own quiz. This is the Majolinier armor.
Mjolnir. There you go.
Millionaire?
Mjolnir.
The millionaire. Yeah, okay. So that was a question I had to work up on the internet. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a lost battery for that one. We're trying to get you to dance, man. Which game starts with the line, "Wake up, Mr. Freeman"? If you want to,
Portal
if you want to know,
or
this was already an answer that we've had.
Half-Life 2.
It was Half-Life 2. Good job. All right, K-Mex knows it. In Call of Duty 4, this is where I left the Call of Duty franchise, by the way. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, what mission is the fan favorite stealth level? I'm going to give you a hint. You want a hint?
Sure.
A sniper's outfit.
Lights out.
No, a sniper's outfit.
Going dark.
What's the
I
suit
don't
they wear?
remember.
What's the suit they wear?
Ghillie suit.
A ghillie suit. Yep, it's called All Ghillied Up.
Oh,
Do
ghillie
you
suit.
remember this level?
I didn't play the original. I only played the second and third.
Oh, yeah, this is Call of Duty 4. Yeah. Okay. Well, you didn't get a battery taken away on that. What is the iconic first-person shooter that popularized mouse look on PC? Oh, your dad would know
Mouse
this
look.
one. Yeah, it's called mouse look. Let's see if K-Max knows. K-Max is like Googling this stuff.
I'm gonna take a stab and say Halo.
No, and I will tell you that Millennial is extremely close, and so is Stonewall. Stonewall, what's up, dude? How you doing? I don't think I recognize your name. So this is actually Quake.
Oh yeah,
Millennial said CS:GO. Counter Strike was a really good guess, but this one's Quake. Quake. I didn't play a lot of Quake. Okay, you lost a battery, dude. You're down to half. You are in trouble because
yeah.
you got 5 questions left. In BioShock, you played it?
Oh yeah. I know about it.
That's like me in Persona. In BioShock, what phrase reveals the mind control twist? You're not going to get this one. What's up,
Uh,
Gaius? What's up, buddy?
I don't know.
I know. You better start dancing, man. It's Would You Kindly? Would You Kindly? Okay, you might get this one.
All right.
Which Halo enemy shouts, "Wart, wart, wart"? Which
The
Halo
bird.
enemy shouts, "Wart, wart, wart"?
The grunt.
While you're thinking, do this. While you're thinking, Trekkie, thank you. 74 months at tier 3. And he did tier 3 for 6 months in advance. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a nice little paycheck. Buddy, thank you so much for your support.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, Father, for your support. I know I'm the only streamer that you support. Okay, any guesses?
The grunt.
No, it's the elite. You lost a
Uh,
battery. You lost a battery. I would have a hard time guessing that name. Elite just doesn't come to mind for me.
Yeah.
Okay, what classic first-person shooter weapon fires saw blades that ricochet? This is a hard one. I'm going to be surprised if anybody gets this.
I know there's one in COD like that, but I don't know the original's
It
name.
fires saw blades that ricochet. Anybody know this one? I've not played this game. I looked up weird weapons. This is the Ripper from Unreal Tournament. Any takers? I don't know. Crickets. All right, that's another bad. I told you this would be hard. Okay, this one might be
Yeah.
easy. Which game's multiplayer introduced rocket jumping as an unintended mechanic? I got a feeling Trekkie might know this one.
Well, I
Which?
want to say Fortnite.
No, I'm gonna let you have a couple more guesses. This is an older one. This has been an answer that we've had already. Which game's multiplayer introduced rocket jumping as an unintended mechanic?
Halo.
Nope. It's Quake. It's
Oh.
Quake. It's Quake. You are getting ready to lose your last battery unless somebody blesses you. All right, two more questions. In
Hmm.
Team Fortress 2, shut up,
Yeah.
K-Max. What class can double jump?
Oh, I don't know TF2, but I'm gonna say the Scout.
Dude, you did it!
Yeah.
Boom! Yeah, you did it, dude. Okay, you are hanging by on a thread, and you're gonna have to dance if you don't get this.
All right. All right.
Oh man, this is a tough one. Think about this, okay? I'm
All
proud.
right.
I'm proud of you for that last one, though. You did great. Which series is famous for headshots producing slow-mo X-ray kill cams? I know that Father Mike would know this one. Think hard. It's all about headshots. KMX says super hot. That's a really great guess. No. Which series is famous for headshots producing slow-mo X-ray kill cams?
Oh, Sniper Elite.
All right. Thanks to KMax. Thanks to KMax. All right.
No, no, I didn't look at it.
You didn't look at it?
No,
Dude, you did it! How dare I second guess your gamer knowledge, man? That was awesome. You really knew that one? I'll tell
because I
you,
remember the
Super
zombie one.
Hot, Super Hot was an amazing guess.
It's because they had a zombie version, and I remember the zombie version also had those like slow-mo headshots.
Okay, I'm going to go and give you a hug if you can tell me the game that I was playing about 2 or 3 years ago where you had like the skeleton and it showed where the bullet went through. Do you remember?
Mm,
What's
the
up,
one where you were,
Cursive? Hey.
the one where you were sniping people off the sleigh ride.
Off the ski jump sniper.
Yeah, that one was brutal.
Dude, that was so fun. I should fire it up again and just waste some time. Buddy, you did good. You got down to one battery, but honestly, that was pretty clutch. You got a couple really good answers there at the end. Let's hear it for our buddy Starwarp, dude. You did marvelous. What'd you think of your boss battle? Was it good, or do I need to work on it?
Oh, I don't really know FPS lore like that. I
Yeah.
told you I'm
Okay. So
not
you're a
this
better
FPS guy.
player, not a lore guy. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Then I'll work it around the other way next time. All right, dude. Let's get to pool party. You ready?
yeah.
All right, it's poll party time, and you guys know what to do. We'll be voting with hashtags, and this game is called This or That. We've played it a couple times in the past, so it's This or
Yeah.
That Catholic Internet Edition. Chat, I'm going to give you two takes. I'm going to give you two takes, and you're going to vote for which one you think Star Warp would secretly agree with. Now, Star Warp, you're welcome to provide your best commentary, maybe to sway, maybe to push off,
Yeah.
maybe to deceive the crowd. Okay? But you have
Mm-hmm.
to keep, this is an honor system here, unlike K-Max. He doesn't get an honor system. This is an honor system for you. The right answer has to be the right answer, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Not the chat's answer, your answer, whatever you kept in your head.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Let's go with the live poll. We're starting now. Round one, Gregorian chant is overrated.
Oh,
Hashtag chant bad or lo-fi music mass slaps. Hashtag lo-fi music match. Which one of those is your truth? Gregorian chant is overrated or lo-fi mass music slaps? Is it chant bad, or lo-fi mass? Those are your
oh,
hashtags. They're in the chat for you guys if you guys missed it.
I do like the chanting, but
You're not allowed
I
to answer
feel
it yet.
like,
You got to wait till the end of the poll.
oh,
Actually, the poll ended. Andy, can you start that poll one more time? The poll ended pretty early. I think we pulled it up right as we got into live poll. Okay, start it one more time. Okay, guys, vote. I'm going to vote. I hope you didn't just give us the answer. I know our guy doesn't think chant's bad. We're going to say lo-fi mass. Well, then he means lo-fi music slaps. Mass music slaps. Oh, these
yeah,
are two bad choices.
double edged.
I think I'm going to go with what I would say is the least bad lo-fi mass, because at least that doesn't mean that you think that chant is bad. It just
Yeah.
means that you like lo-fi mass music. Okay. That's the way that I'm going. Probably got about 25 seconds left. Okay, we got a bunch of people here in the chat. Guys, cast your votes. That's the way that this works. We've only got 3 votes so far, which is just despicable. Okay, there's a
There you
fourth
go.
vote.
KK threw his in.
Yeah. And you can't chat and vote. It's your vote is one word. Okay, poll ended. Lo-fi mass. What's the truth and why?
So I think Gregorian chant is good,
Yeah.
but I think it like contemporary music can be like overhated.
So chant
Like
bad or lo-fi?
lo-fi.
Okay, good. Then the crowd is safe. Nobody has to like go to confession for not liking Gregorian chant. All right, here we go. Round number 2. Reset the poll. Catholic Twitter is actually good for your mental health. Hashtag TwitGood versus Reddit has the best theology. Hashtag Reddit Theo. This is going to be pretty crazy.
Oh boy.
Catholic Twitter is actually good for your mental health. I think we know how you feel about that based on what you said earlier.
Yeah.
Versus Reddit has the best theology. I guess we just better go for the safe one. Or should I throw some confusion in there?
If you
Okay.
know my position on Thomist, you know where I sway.
Okay. Reddit has the best theology. Well, actually, that doesn't explain it for me.
Well, I'm sure everyone else will get it.
Are you in favor of Thomism?
You'll see.
Oh dear, you might have to get kicked off the show. You better not answer that question incorrectly. Okay, the poll ended. Everybody says twit good. Everybody thinks that you think Catholic Twitter is actually good for your mental health. What's the truth?
It's bad. Me and the Thomist would always get in arguments on there.
Ah, okay. So you don't like Thomist thinking, or is it just the style of those, like the approach of those people commenting? Maybe it wasn't
I
so
don't
nice.
really, I don't really have anything against like the school itself. It's just the people, the Thomists on Twitter are like very like
They're
high
cocky.
and mighty.
Yeah. They're cocky. Like, oh, nobody has a better
Yeah.
opinion than us. And they're right. I'm just kidding. Okay, round 3. Here we go. Live stream mass counts if the homily is solid. Hashtag stream mass. Versus every parish needs LED strip lights. Hashtag LED lights.
Oh, now I'm imagining like the neon setup you have, but in the freaking church.
Yeah, and this can't be a COVID answer. Live stream mass counts if the homily is solid. Goodness sakes. All right. Evil choices. Yes, they're both cursed. All of these, they're both cursed. They're bad takes. But What do we do? What do we say as Catholics? We point out the error so that we can understand the truth. So, I need to vote. I need to vote. I need to vote. Everybody vote. Everybody vote. Oh, I'm going to get in there late. I'm going to say. Oh, yeah. You know what? I will say. Yeah. Yeah. LED lights doesn't mean it's got to like look like an airplane. Okay. What do you say?
So I rather have LED lights because that means you're actually there.
Yeah. Yeah. And LEDs actually save on money. They're easier to replace and yada, yada, yada. People like Father Trekkie
Yeah.
applaud that answer, I'm sure. But it's
By
LED,
LED.
but it's LED strip lights, so it's like the rope light. It's like what's behind me. I don't
Oh
know.
no.
Whatever. Not gonna find that on Sacred Art. Okay, let's reset the poll. We're gonna start round 4. Rosaries should be color matched to your outfit. Hashtag drip rosary versus the brown scapulars should come in seasonal varieties. Oh, don't make me throw up. Hashtag season scapular. Oh,
You
if
chose
this,
like some really cursed things for
yeah,
this
these are
whole
bad. These
party.
are bad. These are bad. But this is funny to me, at least to me. So, if the scapular actually represented a season, I'd have to say it's fall. Any argument with that?
Oh yeah, K-Max is right. But I think each of the colors means something like a different scapular.
Yes, there are different colored scapulars. Yet Kmax has never read my book.
Hmm.
All right, I'm gonna vote. All right, because I know you. Oh, oop! I voted wrong. I know you like that word. Dang, dude, not a single season scapular vote. Okay, what's the answer?
Drip rosy. Because if you had a bunch of different color scapulars, does that mean you have to like stay devoted to a bunch of different devotions?
Well, there are different ways to become eligible to wear different scapulars.
Yeah.
Some have investitures, and some actually you have to make promises to that religious order. Others, you can have a private devotion and wear. So that's that. Read my book. In fact, let's take a moment here to get paid. All right, there we go. There's some links. Uh, all right, round 5 starts now. Catholic TikTok has real saints hidden in it. Hashtag Tick Saints versus Catholic meme pages are the new monastery. Hashtag Meme Abbey.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, these are just bad takes.
yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Actually, I mean, they're not far from what could be. I mean, God uses social media. We know this with the actually the very first document of Vatican II, Inter Mirifica, shows that God is using the media for 2,000 years to
Yeah.
promote Christ. But TikTok saints, I don't know, makes me want to gag. And Catholic memes, I don't know. There's probably a lot of those that you're going to have to look at Christ at the end of, look at with Christ at the end of time and say, why did you send this?
Oh no.
And unless, yeah, you guys better be ready for the real deal if you want to be friends with me on Instagram, because I'm going to send you some funny stuff. I did not get to vote, but the vote will stay at TikTok Saints. Catholic TikTok has real hidden saints hidden in it. What do you think?
Well, I think there's a lot of good creators on there. I just don't think people should be on short form content.
Yeah. So did you go with Meme Abby?
Uh, yeah.
All right, everybody guessed wrong. All right, that's the first one where everybody guessed wrong. Okay. All right, so round number 6. Discord is the best place for spiritual direction. You got it. Hashtag Discord versus YouTube comments contain divine wisdom. Hashtag YT Heaven. All right, and I've got to do the obligatory plug here for the Discord. If you're Catholic and you're here and you're not in the Discord, get there. Wholesome community, great priests, and a lot of good spiritual support. We pray for people in earnest. I'm gonna go with mine if I can spell it. Oh my gosh, I did Dixcord. Not with a K, but DIC. Wow. Just, an author who is supposed to be good at a keyboard isn't. All right, guys, get your votes in. We got 6 votes. We got 12 people in the chat. Come on, guys, vote, vote, vote. David, are you out there? We need your vote. Who is not voting consistently? Millennial, who's not voting? Call them out. All right, so the poll ended. Discord. Hope that they're right. Discord is the best place for spiritual direction. What was your truth?
I'm gonna say Discord because you can actually like have conversations. It's too hard to have a conversation on YouTube because
Yeah.
there are too many people
Yeah.
versus Discord.
And
You know,
we can say
yeah,
soft spiritual direction. It's not true spiritual direction,
yeah.
not the interior spiritual direction that you need. But yeah, I agree. Discord has been an absolutely great way to evangelize, so it gets my vote. All right, round 7. Let's reset the poll. The Nicene Creed needs a rhythm game version.
Oh,
Hashtag
oh.
beat Creed. That's awesome, huh? Versus Stations of the Cross should be in VR.
Did you make the AI make these takes?
Hashtag VR stations. Some of these I have AI help, others I just write. All
Oh
right.
boy,
I
this is kind
like
of
both of
funny.
these. I like both of these. I know which one I'm going to go with.
This is kind of funny because I was talking to KK or K Kairos about rhythm games the other day in his
Oh, really?
Discord. Yeah.
Yeah. I think a Nicaea or like a council beat creed would be cool. That'd be neat.
It reminded me of how they made Joshua Graham say the Nicene Creed.
Stonewall Melvin, he says, these feel like bad Anglican youth pastor
Oh,
suggestions. Oh, man, burn.
cooked.
Okay, the poll ended. 4 votes. What was your truth?
I'm gonna say like the beat because you could probably make a sick beat out of the Nicene Creed.
Dang, you didn't go with VR stations? Oh my gosh,
No,
everybody lost. Everybody lost.
I
Oh,
think it's
man.
like VR looks too ugly to like be able to depict something like that.
Oh, I totally disagree. I think it would be amazing. I think it would make like international news. In fact, I can't believe I even thought that up. Like, how has that not been like done yet? I have a lot of $1 million ideas. Okay, round 8. We're getting close to the end. Round 8. Confession should have a fast pass lane. Hashtag fast pass, like maybe based on donations. Versus adoration needs a backseat gamer commentary option. Oh my gosh. Hashtag backseat blessed. Adoration needs a backseat gamer commentary option. What would that even look like?
I guess someone's like telling you,
Be like blessed instead of like like what's something the Halo guy would say, like triple kill. Be like triple blessed in my epic adoration voice.
that's not what backseat gaming means. It would be like someone like telling you what to do when you get there. Like when you get here, you have to. Only thing you can do here is pray the rosary.
Oh, I'm going with backseat blessed. I think that that one is cool. A lot of people, when they go to adoration, they're like, what do I do?
Yeah,
Do I just sit here? And it's like, yeah, you can just sit there. All right, I think I might have confused some people with that. We only got 3 votes. I'm really disappointed in everybody's participation, but that's okay. I'll chew your butts later. Everybody voted for backseat blessed. That's at least what I said. Adoration needs a backseat gamer commentary option. What do you say?
I would say the fast pass because there are like a lot of busy people that
Yeah,
actually need it.
yeah. You know what? I mean, it doesn't destroy the sanctity of the sacrament. I'm
Hmm.
going to defend it and I'll knock it. And we Catholics have for a very long time have had a tradition of sponsoring their family's pew. Now that doesn't mean that nobody else can sit there, but you buy a pew in order to make sure that you have your seat reserved. Now this is when Catholic
Yeah.
communities would come into mass in the droves. I don't think we really need to worry about that in our society anymore. I would love to have that problem, but it would be nice to jump to the front of the line sometimes. However, of
Yeah.
course, that would work against you. No, it'd be, sinfully impatient maybe in a small way. All right, we'll let Father Trekkie counsel us on those kinds of things. All right, let's get on to our penultimate question, second to last, round 9. The Divine Office app needs daily loot boxes.
Oh,
This is my $1 million idea. Hashtag daily loot versus the Vatican should have a Twitch channel. Hashtag Vatatwitch. Dude, these are both great ideas.
yeah.
Twitch is a worldwide platform. How they're not streaming mass or a webcam in St. Peter's Basilica or around the major basilicas is beyond me. And how the Halo app has all these rock stars and born again Catholics on it, but doesn't have like a loot box. Like, you should be doing that. Like, have your player card all crazed out and with all the drip. Like, I'm telling you, I've got so many ideas, not just to make money. Yes, I want money, but to just make people have fun with baptizing
Yeah.
currently great ideas for the meta. Like the way we don't do that is just bad. Okay, man. The majority said Vatican Twitch channel. What do you say?
Yeah. I think Pope Leo could get on Twitch and like talk a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at least have the camera there. You know, if you're not
Yeah.
daily streaming some sort of adoration in St. Peter's Basilica, St. Mary Major, you know, or maybe even the Pantheon, you know, something around the world, then I don't know what they're doing. Like, hire me, guys. I'm born for these ideas. I've got the productive value to change these things. People will watch. People will come back to the church. Send me. Oh my gosh. But everybody ignores me. All right, round 10, last one. No more rants from Sean. Every priest should have an emote pack.
Oh,
Hashtag priest emotes. Versus bishops should have patch notes. We're talking about my stream now. Bishops should have patch notes. Hashtag bishop patch. So vote with your hashtags. Every priest should have an emote pack. That would be so cool. Priest emotes,
yeah.
right? Like their sticker, like their avatar.
Yeah.
Versus bishops should have patch notes. What do you guys think? I'm going to go with. I'm going to have fun here. Priest emotes. I can't wait to hear your answer on these. I hope you like the game that I prepared for you.
Oh,
Catholic Internet Edition. All right, get your votes in, get your votes in, get your votes in. Both
this
are
reminds
good.
me of that Jack Black survived the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my favorite
Or
Jack Blacks.
bracketeering. Bracketeering is good. Like, if I had the time to really devote to Poll Party
Yeah.
and Boss Battle, man, this could be so good. I don't have the time and
Yeah.
I don't have the know-how. And yeah, I would love to have like different brackets. Like maybe even like when we had Matt Swaim on, we were talking about he makes this Catholic word puzzle book, crossword puzzles, and I was thinking, how can I get a crossword puzzle up there for Matt Swaim? Maybe I got to do that next time. Okay, that's my aside. Let's get back to the game. Priest emotes. That was the majority. We had a good amount of votes there. We had 5 votes. What do you say? Which one was
Uh,
yours?
I like the priest emotes because you can put them on like the little papers they give you with all the announcements. That would be pretty cool. They have
Yeah.
a
Could you imagine Father Trekkie? You know, I got that one off of the internet. Just put it in the chat. I got the priest thumbs upping off the internet. I don't know where I found it. But I found that like the week I met Trekkie, or like I put it in there the week after I met
yeah.
Trekkie, and I was like, I got a priest, I got this emote. That's always Father Trekkie. So to me, that emote, let's get it up there, has always just been like, oh, that's not just a regular emote. That is actually Father Trekkie. Oh, and I'm actually wrong. So this is the one that I got. That's one I think of him too. But this one, in fact, in my mind, that's what he looks like. Unfortunately, that's not what he looks like. He's not black
Yeah.
and white. All right, all right, all right, all right. Did you have fun? And what'd you think of your pool party?
It was pretty fun. It was cursed.
It was. It was. Some of those were just like, Sean, did you really say that? But that's the reason it's fun. All right, man. Thanks for being a guest on the show. Let's hear one more
Yeah.
time where people can find your work. Let's throw it in the chat again. The Catholic Game Reviews.
hmm
Tell people what to know about you and where to find you.
Well, you can find me on Katoon's site. Uh, usually I'm just playing Toho these days. Pretty fun series.
Yeah.
I think it's like Catholic in essence, because like Pope Francis said, how if you have a successful like business, the woe back to the community.
Yeah.
The cool thing about the series is that the creator, lets people make whatever they want with the IP, and they can even sell it. So I think that's like very like a good entrepreneurship, like Pope Francis would say.
That's awesome, man. Look how deep this guy is at thinking. Don't waste your brain, man. All right, man. Thanks for being our guest. Everybody say goodbye to Jose Santos. His name is Starwarp, and you have to go back to calling him that, okay? Or he's going to be like pretty mad that I told you his real name. All right, buddy. Goodbye. It's
All
time
right,
for the grind list. We're going to play some Battlefield 6 after this, right?
all right. See
All
you
right. If
there.
you got Battlefield 6, meet us in the Discord. We're going to be playing offline. We're not going to be streaming that one. I don't have that kind of computer power. All right, here we go. All right, the grind list here. I ask you to fill up the chat with your prayer requests. Tell me what you're working on. As far as games are concerned, maybe you're getting back to a backlog, maybe you're not. I'm going to tell you a couple things that I'm working on. I'm thinking about not streaming on Wednesdays anymore. And I don't know if that's heartbreaking to anybody out there. Um, but I do have a new book contract. I do have an ever changing family. And I have a growing conscience where I'm like, oh my gosh, am I spending too much time doing this stuff? Or do I just need to just have this show and that's the one thing that we have? So pray for me, please, as I discern that. Pray that I would make the right decision. And I would appreciate you guys' support or commentary on that. Do you like what you're seeing on Wednesdays? Do you think it's meaningful to you? Do you think it's good for the Catholic world? Maybe I'm in a position of needing some encouragement. I went to confession last week for the first time in wow, my eyes are going to pop out of my head. 10 weeks. I said it'd be confession time. I stayed away, and now I'm back. I'm back, and I am so glad. I had to do it for Advent, and if you haven't been to confession yet, at least in a little bit, I really encourage you to just go to masstimes.org, look and separate the results by your area code. No, not your area code, your zip code, and go to confession instead of mass, and get there. The penance is free. It's easy. The priest doesn't care what you did, and he's going to forget immediately after because he really doesn't care, and it's Christ forgiving you. It's Christ looking down. Remember that Christ. I told this to my daughter the other day because she's getting ready to take her first confession here in January and go on to first communion as a 7-year-old. And I said, do you know why we go to confession? She says, well, to have our sins forgiven. And I said, well, why can't we just who actually forgives your sins? And she said, well, it's God. And I said, great. A lot of adults can't say that. A lot of Catholics can't say that. But why do we confess to a priest? And she said, well, I don't know. And I said, well, I'm sure you're going to be learning that in your class. And here's the reason. Christ was a healer. Christ came down and if you look at the narrative of the Gospels, there's a lot of preaching, there's a lot of parable telling, but there's a whole lot of healing. Jesus is going around and sending his disciples out 2 by 2, and he's saying he's giving them his power. And most of the stories, the impactful stories, even the ones where the parables are there, they come after a miracle. He's healing people. So Jesus, the mission of the Redeemer was not just to of course save mankind. That is a healing thing in its own. But his mission was as a Redeemer to give us a life of vibrancy and health and spiritual vitality. Of course, biological vitality. He wanted us to be healthy, and so we go whenever we sin to that healer. And Christ continued his mission after he left the earth. And how amazing is it that he gave us a way to be spiritually healed? By the way, he also did this before he made these people physically well, he forgave their sins. So whenever you're feeling those moments where you're like, oh my gosh, like what is going on in my life now? I've got constant headaches. I just don't feel good. Even if you need to go to the doctor, I encourage you to go to the spiritual doctor. Trying to make a crude analogy there. Go to Christ. Go to the confession. So if you haven't been during Advent, a true season of penance, please get there. Now the games I'm grinding down on. Yeah, I'm trying to get good at that, trying to get good at Kirby Air Riders. If you saw the stream yesterday, I was playing this. And then they dropped the news that they're adding it to the classic console. What the heck? What the heck, Nintendo? You wait till I do it? I think they only made that decision because I did it. No, it's all good. I'm playing those two, and then we're going to play some Battlefield 6. I'm loving all my life. I'm also grinding to get ahead of Christmas. Oh my gosh. All right. We got some stuff. We got some reading the chat here. We got all the emotes. It's heartbreaking, but understandable. I'm saddened by that, and I can't always watch due to faith formation. What? You can't always be here? Oh, me going away on Wednesdays. Okay. I don't want to break any hearts. I'll keep going. Come stream GW1 with me on Sunday and Monday. What is that? Game Wars? What is that? Gear Wars? Guild Wars. Go stream Eternal Darkness, Sean. Okay, I've got that. That way they do that too. Okay. Yeah, that's a crazy game. I wanted to play that for Halloween this year. Maybe we should play it for Ash Wednesday. I don't know. Guild Wars. Okay, guys, that's the show. What'd you think? Tell your friends about it. Come back. I had a great time. I'm going to go play some Battlefield with my boy, Jose Starwarp. And I ask you guys to remember today's spiritual patch notes. God is not asking you in this season of Advent to shine with perfection. He's asking you to be ready for his son that shines with perfection. So welcome into your heart. Live as if that thief is coming in the night. Because truly he is. Christ is going to come back one day in the Perusia, and your life on earth is going to have to be answered for. Not just all the things you did, but all the things you didn't do. So make up every day and say, God, I'm giving you my life. Take all of my habits and change them. Take all of my interests and use them. And that's an amazing prayer. It doesn't come out of any book. It's just a great way to start your day. All right, guys, that's that. If you support the show, if you are a subscriber, I have your name featured as a thank you in the end credits. So find your name. There's not too many of them. And thank you. God bless. I'll see you next Thursday. Daily Grind where gamers find grace, only here at this channel, This Catholic, and at 8 p.m. Eastern. Good night, guys.